We have Miss Zena Dixon from Bloody Disgusting. That's right, the Bloody Disgusting. The one that you see on every banner for every horror movie ever because they rule. So, first off, hello. How are you, Zena? Great to digitally meet you.
Hello, great to meet you as well. I'm doing so awesome. Thank you so much for the invite.
Seriously, it's our pleasure, and we are honored that you took your time out to do this. So, thank you so much. Um, so I want to know, what is it exactly? What is your job? What all do you have authority over?
Okay. Okay, I know that.
I just want to know, do you have like minions? Are you like?
I don't have any minions. No, I would. I should. Everybody needs a couple. But no,
Yeah.
I don't have any minions. I'm just a girl who loves horror and been blabbing about it for years and started working with Bloody Disgusting, started, on their podcast, like the official weekly Bloody Disgusting podcast, where we give you like weekly movie reviews, recommendations, the news, just very casual, just what's going on in horror this week. There's always something, so that's always fun. We do deep dives, we do listicles, we do something called the horror hot seats, where you just kind of put you on the spot, asking you horror related questions. Sometimes they're ridiculous, sometimes they're not. It just depends on our mood. But yeah, in a
Love that.
nutshell, just a girl who loves horror.
Ooh.
What got you started, loving horror? What's your horror origin story?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So my mom is a huge horror fan. And I remember watching a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have as a very young child, like most of us do. And I come from a big family, so I'm the youngest of six. And so, my dad, he doesn't like horror too much, right? But, my mom, she's like the queen of our lives. So whenever we would go to the video store, we would all be able to pick out a movie, but we would watch hers first, and it was always a horror movie. So I had a choice. Either I'm going to be in the living room with everybody, partying, living it up with Twizzlers and red
Yeah.
vines and popcorn, or, watching a horror movie, or I can be in my room by myself. So I'm like, no, I want red vines, I want popcorn. So then, yeah, I just remember watching a lot of things that stuck with me that really scared the daylights out of me. Like something that immediately comes to mind is the movie Ticks. I love that movie.
Oh
Oh.
yes.
Yeah, I was
That
that
was
weird
one of
little.
those so like my parents owned a video store when I was a kid,
What? That's so
and
cool.
I remember seeing Ticks all the time on the shelf, but it was always one I was like, I'm not gonna watch that. That looks
It's so
that looks
good.
creepy.
It's
Anything with like little bugs when I was a kid, I was like, nope, no.
it's
Yeah.
great. Clint Howard's in it. It's wonderful. I was that weird little girl in elementary school doing this because that was like the ticks when they get on you. They do that. It was fun. While everybody else was
That is.
watching like Rocko's Modern Life, which I did watch that, but I was also watching Ticks and Ice Cream Man and other
I
things.
love
Oh
that
yeah,
your
Ice Cream Man's
ice
great.
cream man, hell
Yeah.
yeah! I love that your mom is super into horror. I feel like that is incredibly rare, and maybe it's just me and my personal friend group or whatever. But like, I barely know any like moms that are super into it. Like my mom can't even watch boxing. She's like, nope, don't like the violence, don't want the blood. But I took her to one of these cons, and she had the best time ever, and made
That's
like all these
awesome.
friends, and because they're the nicest people.
They
But
are.
anyways, shoot, now I forgot what I was saying. I went
No,
off
way to
talking
go.
about my mom. I know.
What were you dressing up
Oh,
as for
I remember.
Halloween during elementary school?
You know what's so crazy? My parents would let us watch whatever we wanted on TV. I mean, minus, that risque
Yeah.
stuff, but watch whatever we want on, TV. But we weren't allowed to celebrate Halloween. My dad is super Jamaican old school man and he
Mm.
doesn't believe in it and it was evil. But meanwhile, we're watching Night of the Demons. You know what I mean? And I was like four, so I don't know for sure.
You're like, I just want to dress up as a pumpkin or a bee and get candy. This
I
has
just
nothing. And
wanted
then
to
he's
be
like,
Casper. That's all I
no,
ever wanted.
you're gonna stay home and watch Exorcist, all right?
Yeah. And then, they would bribe us. They would bribe us with snacks and movies, and it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. But then, they leaned up and stuff, and so by the time I was a teenager, I was able to dress up and stuff. But yeah, as a kid,
I
unfortunately.
gotta bribe my kids sometimes too to watch movies with me. I'm like, want to watch a movie? I'm like, nah. I'm like, we'll go to the gas station. So now it's like a traditional thing where like anytime like, hey, you want to watch a movie? He's like, we going to the gas station? I'm like, yeah. And then we'll go and get all of our snacks at the gas station, come back and watch something. I just showed him. Oh God! Oh, I showed him Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead.
That's
This
awesome.
week. Yeah.
What did he
I don't know.
think?
He didn't say which one he liked more, but I think he probably liked Zombieland more because that was more his style.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably didn't catch some of the Shaun of the Dead references, like Sade.
Yeah,
Like, there's no way. He's
There's
like,
zero chances an 11-year-old kid today would catch a Sade reference, but you never know. He is kind of like he's done it to himself too. He's pretty musically cultured right now, so
Oh, good.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like, hey, dude, you know Sade? He's like, you talking about Smooth Operator? I'm like, yeah, I am actually.
Since we're on the topic, that is actually my middle name. My mom, once again, big fan of Sade, so she just threw that in my,
What
in my
is
life.
that synchronicity?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Wow.
Was it?
That's amazing.
It is pretty amazing. I wish my middle name was Sade.
Dude, right? Like, I feel like a queen if I had Sade as a middle. Like, are you kidding me?
She's sad.
Man.
Whenever you start having kids, Brian, just get the Pure Moods CD and just name your kids after artists from that CD.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. All right, so Whitney's first. Then we're going Michael Bolton. So I'll call Michael. Let's see, who else we got? There's got to be more.
On that Pure Moods soundtrack, I think Bjork was on there.
What? Really?
Enigma. I think that
you're
was.
talking.
Yeah.
Now, remember that Now That's What I Call Music? And
Oh
they
my
had like
gosh, yes.
Oh, God,
40
yeah.
something is the last time I heard of them. I wonder if they're still making those.
Probably.
Used to haunt our dreams. You slept with
Right.
the TV
Mm.
on, it would just be playing.
That, Girls Gone Wild commercials, and then every single one of those, like, do you want the Crazy Frog ringtone? Text 75757. And it's like, oh my God, I remember those forever.
God, not the Crazy Frog. So, pumpkin spice lattes are now out there.
Thank God.
And that's always, to me, that's always like the official start of spooky season. Do you have like any traditions you do every year? Like, do you do like watch parties, or you got like places you like to go every year?
These last couple of years has been a little bit rough because I found that I'm usually working. So, social media wise, So, I mean, I guess though, something I've been really trying to do every single year is go Halloween shopping, even though as a horror fan, it's always Halloween in our hearts, so everything stays up all year round, but always just buying something, that's very much like Halloween related and decorating the house even more. So I love doing that. And then also I've been trying to help out some friends around this time because, a lot of my friends, they're not the biggest horror fans. However, I've been easing them into it, and there are ways, I feel like there's a horror movie for everybody. So kind of having like mini marathons for them.
So if somebody's not really into horror, what's like the first movie you recommend to them?
I'm definitely usually try to stay towards like the horror comedies because I feel like that's more helpful. One that I recently recommended is I want to say Tucker and Dale, like that Tucker and Dale movie.
Oh, I love that movie. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, I feel like that one's always a good time. There's still blood, but it's still ridiculous and fun. And so usually by the time stuff happens, they're okay, They still stick around. No one's ever ran out of my house screaming. I still hear from them, so yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the very, like, some humor is good to me. Like, some humor in horror is really good, but I'm not a huge horror comedy fan. Like, they're just kind of too silly. But I love Tucker and Dale. I don't know why, but it just hits it right.
It does.
I was going to say another one that I literally just watched last night for the first time. Warm Bodies.
Oh
I
my
feel
God,
like
yes.
that's such a sweet baby zombie version. I mean, the bonies are pretty scary, but like it's like it eases into it, and I totally agree with you. Like, there's a movie out there that's just enough horror where it's
Mhm.
like it's okay. I mean, my mother, like I said, can't even watch boxing, but she went to a horror convention and loved it.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's like a church going every Sunday, you know what I mean? Like, she's
Mhm.
God fearing woman, and she loved it. And it's like, just give it a chance. It's not dark and scary. Just like,
Yeah.
it's I wish people would just give it a shot.
I agree. I agree. Another awesome one. Have you guys seen Blood-Sucking Bastards? That one's fun.
Oh my god,
It's in the office.
so long ago.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I've heard it. I don't know if I've
Yeah,
ever seen
it's
it.
a
I
good
don't
time.
know.
that was one of those that I remember. Like me and my friend used to go to Blockbuster, and we would try to find just the worst movie that we could possibly find. And that was one of them that we started. We got that, but it was like it kind of backfired a little bit because it was like this isn't a bad movie that we actually
Yeah.
like
This
this
is
one.
fun.
Like we're okay with this one.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've done that
there's.
with a bunch of movies on back when Netflix. Remember when they used to mail you the DVDs,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then they barely started streaming. It was like the
Mhm.
first lineup of streaming movies, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And I remember back on the Xbox 360 days, you could watch. You have like watch parties, and you would see your little guys sitting in a theater, and you could both watch movies at the same time. So I would do that with my friend, and we would just try and find like the biggest stinkers out there. We're like, "Let's go!"
Yeah.
And then I ended up finding 2 or 3 of my all-time favorite movies just because we were judging a book by its cover, and then we watched it and was like, this is incredible. We went into it going to just shit on it, and we're like, oh yeah, this is actually really good.
It's
Don't you
cool.
just hate it when you go to watch a bad movie and it turns out good?
Have you guys ever had a movie that you were like surprised with? Like, you were like, I thought I was gonna hate this, and I actually really liked this. Or maybe
Oh,
not
man.
hate it, but like you had zero hopes. You were like, this is gonna be absolute garbage, and then you're like, I stand corrected.
I think for me, the most, I guess, I mean, that's happened a lot, but I'd say most recently it was Until Dawn.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
um,
yes.
Yeah, I had zero interest in it. I never played the video game, and anytime there's like a movie based on a video game, it's like, like
Yeah.
this ain't good.
Typically,
It's gonna be typical, like just garbage,
Yeah.
basically. But it was on Netflix, and I had heard like a couple people like saying it was surprised them, and I was like, all right, I'll just throw this on, and it was really good. Like it, I didn't know what the story was,
Yeah.
but like the characters and like what was going on with them and what they were going through, and just like the whole time loop thing. I'm a big fan of like the time loop stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. Like it's one of my favorite of the years, I'd say.
That's
that's
a
super
good one.
interesting that it has a storyline because the game is like choose your own adventure.
I mean, the storyline's pretty vague. I mean, the storyline's basically like them trying to survive what's happening to them, but they can't figure out what it is, you know, so yeah.
All right.
It's a good time though. I really liked it.
That's
I,
cool.
I agree with you with that one. No spoilers, but man, I mean, I was never drinking faucet water, but like, for sure, never. Never.
That's Until Dawn. Like I don't. It's the only movie I've watched. I think this year that I was sitting on my living room watching it. I went, "Oh fuck!" Like out loud. Like I was like caught way off guard by what happened there. It was crazy.
Man, I guess one that's like took me by surprise. I can give a recent one as well. There's this one called The Other. It came out maybe like 2 months ago. Jeffrey Reddick, we love him, we adore him. He's a producer on it, and basically the movie, it has a poster of like a little girl, and she's holding on, well, she has like I think it's like a drill in her hand, and she has like a backpack that has like a stuffed animal. And so you're thinking it's going to be like, okay, an evil child, because this little girl, she gets adopted by this couple, and then weird stuff starts happening in the home, like mold growing everywhere. She's acting weird, and she doesn't talk. And then her previous parents decide, who, they were like, they adopted her as well. They decided to like give her up and stuff, right? So it's like, what's going on here? I do not want to spoil it, but by far, that was the most surprising horror movie that I've seen this year, and the last 15 to 20 minutes will forever live in my eyeballs and in my heart and in my soul because it was so shocking and it was gooey and it was bloody and I didn't see it coming at all. So I was expecting something very lifetimey, thriller, type of movie like Daddy's Little Girl. Remember that movie from the 90s with that redhead girl? I think it's Cat Williams from House. He's in it. And this little girl's like a killer little girl. But yeah, it's not like that at all.
I'm putting
From
this
the
down.
creator of Final Destination.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And I'm also watching the trailer right now. Oh my god, guys, you need to watch. Just watch the
Yeah.
trailer in the first few seconds. You're going, jeez, wow! Like
Right?
this is.
It's very like, I know what's going to happen, but it took me by surprise.
Dang.
I'm telling you, even just from this trailer is very, very intense.
Trying to see what is it streaming on anything off the top of your head?
It's streaming on Prime. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I set you up on
Perfect.
Prime.
nice.
I will watch that then. What are some of your favorites that's come out this year so far, other than like that one?
Other than that one, I really loved the movie The Surrender that's available on Shudder, and it's very so I don't know if you guys remember, like part of this year and even like last year, we've been receiving like a lot of grief horror movies where
Yeah.
it just destroys your life. So this movie kind of touches on that because it's about a mother and a daughter, and the husband, their dad or the woman's dad, is very, very sick, pretty much on his deathbed. And the mom, and this isn't a spoiler, it's in the synopsis. The mom just doesn't want to accept that. So she decides that she's going to hire someone to do a ritual to try to bring him back. But this is a horror, so you already know things don't
Yeah.
work out.
That
And
never
something
works out.
never works out ever. There's so many creepy scenes that genuinely creeped me out where I had to cut the light on. I was watching it in the dark because I'm a horror thug, and that's what horror thugs do. We just watch horror movies in the dark. But yeah, I had to cut the lights on for that one. So that one's a favorite. Yeah.
Oh man,
Um,
I haven't had to do that in a while because usually if a movie looks too scary, I'm just like, I'm good. Like, I'm all right.
but don't you
Like,
love the thrill of it when you get scared? Like,
That's it right there.
yeah.
I gotta say a quick example. It happened per chance. I was like on my computer, and at the time I had my computer hooked up to my TV. And the second I turned my computer off, I turned the TV on, and It Follows had just started. And I was like, huh,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm sitting there. I see that it says horror, suspense, or whatever, and I was a thriller, and I was like, cool. Turn the lights off. Well, actually, I just live in the dark, as you can see. This is me with lights on. So, anyways, and I'm watching it, and I'll be honest, that movie is very weird. There's some uncomfortable parts, but it's not terrifying. But it makes you feel very uneasy. But I was watching it in the dark by myself, and there was something so weirdly disturbing about it, and just like makes you look around like something is there looking for you. Whereas I've shown that movie to 4 people, and every time I watch it with them, they're like, yeah, it's not really that scary. And I'm like,
What?
but if you just gotta watch it. It makes a difference when you're in the like, immerse yourself, because I want it to hurt, and it's like, if it doesn't hurt, then it wasn't good enough. Like, make me weep.
That one's so good. I love the soundtrack to that one. It's like perfection.
So
that movie was too scary. Too scary. It's like this guy. He I don't know. I like getting scared, but I don't want to purposely get scared. So usually it's like, is this movie gonna have a little bit of fun to it or something? Then all right. But I'll be brave sometimes. Not, but it took me a long. I just finally watched all the Conjuring movies a year ago. It took me a while to get brave enough. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do it, man. I'm just gonna jump on in here and be brave. And it was all right. I was like, oh, this isn't too scary. It was kind of scary at the start, but
Yeah.
towards the end, I was like, all right, this is like a Fast and Furious of horror movies now.
Oh my
this
God.
is getting a
Yeah,
little crazy
seriously.
and ridiculous, but all right.
And I think like people, especially that aren't like super into horror, I don't want to gatekeep here, but I feel like a lot of people are like, if it has a jump scare, it's horror, and it's like that's kind of cheap. Like anything that you just abruptly do really loud or whatever, it's just like that's to me that's cheap, you know. And it's like I'm not saying the Conjuring movies are bad by any means, but I mean they use that a lot. I mean, yes, it's all about the ambience and the very slow move, but it's like, you know, it's very cliche. It's very typical. I like horror that does it something completely different. You don't have that 30-second reaching for the doorknob and all the, you know, and it's like, no, just, and I think that's why I like found footage, because it feels genuine. It feels real. And like, oh shit, you're in it. What do you do? That panic and stuff, I just, one that also got me, I was watching in the dark, and I really shouldn't have, was Horror in the High Desert.
Oh my gosh. That yeah.
I mean, it's like 80% of the movie. I wouldn't say it's boring at all, but you're just kind of like, yeah, all right. Like, all right. It's kind of like a cool little mystery documentary show.
Like an Unsolved Mysteries episode.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, not like incredible, but like definitely interesting. And then when you get to the like found footage in the dark with the creepy sounds that are playing that whole time. And then when the non-jump scare happens, I almost threw up. I was like, oh my God. It was so good. I had to pause and like shake it off. And then I played it again and I was like, that was good. I waited like an hour and a half for that and it delivered.
Don't you, like, I know I said it, but don't you love that feeling when something scares you and it's like, it's so like unexpected. Like, yes, we watch horror movies, but because we've been watching for so long, sometimes there's just stuff that just doesn't get to me like that. But then when you find something that does, it's like this warm, cozy, happy feeling. Like, it's nice.
I love that. Yeah.
It's like Horror in the High Desert. Whenever that moment happened, I remember I was watching it through my phone. Like, I turned my camera on my phone, and I had it at the TV, and I was watching it through my phone. It's like whenever you're on TikTok and you're scrolling along, and like, well, I was making an Instagram story about the movie at the time, but it was like less scary. It's like when you're on TikTok and like someone posts like a scary video, you go to the comments right away because you're like, the video's still playing in the background, but you're in the comments, so you kind of feel a little safe in there. But and everybody else is usually comments like anybody else hiding in the comments. It's like,
it's almost like that little slide up thing's like a little blanket, and you're just like covering a little bit.
It is.
See, people think I'm weird though. I torture myself, and I it must be what you're saying. Like, I'll sit there and scroll through the creepiest like found footage or like YouTube videos and stuff when I'm trying to sleep. I'm fascinated by it, and I used to hate it. You guys remember those like screamer videos where it would like prank you?
Oh yeah.
Those were my nightmare. I hated those, and now it's like. I watch horror movies all the time.
You just reminded me of something, and we'll talk about it here, I guess, even though it's a little behind the scenes-ish. So on October 11th, we're having our own convention, Scaredycon 3.
Awesome.
And I've been trying to think of, like, guests to reach out to who you don't see at conventions, really. And I realized, I forget what his name was and everything, but he's on social media. But it's the guy who did the jump scare in that car video. Remember the car video where the car is just driving down the hillside really slow, and then he just jumps up and screams at your face?
Like that goblin chick thing? That's
Kinda, yeah. I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to get them here.
Guy?
Like,
dude, that's legendary.
The guy that traumatized all of us back in the early 2000s with that car video.
Oh my God.
I thought it'd be cool, so we'll see. I'll try my best.
Awesome. Well, wait, I have a question for you both then, kind of just popped up in my brain. How do you respond to people when they say, because I'm pretty sure you've probably also seen this all over social media, like on Twitter, on Blue Sky, you know, all the threads, whatever, right? The people who say like something isn't a horror movie. Like, I saw something last night where they were talking about Sinners as an example, which that's one of my favorites. It's just great. We know that, right?
Oh my God. Yes.
Perfect.
Incredible.
So basically this person, they were like, well, I don't really feel like Sinners, is really a horror movie. It's more than a vampire movie. It's just not a horror movie. So how do you respond to people? And I mean, people were up in a tizzy about it. Like they were like commenting, and that person was fighting for their lives, trying to defend their thoughts. So how do you respond to people who say that? Or it could be something like, oh, well, I didn't think this movie was scary, so I don't think that it's a horror movie.
I have a very non answer. I'm too old to argue on the internet now. And usually when people say stuff like that, in my brain, I'm just like, well, that's their opinion, and that's how they interpreted the movie, and I can't change their mind on that, so I'm not going to bother arguing.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is. Like, so basically, I don't answer them or respond to it. I'm just like, that's how they interpreted the movie. That's their opinion on the movie, and no matter what I say to them, that's not going to change their mind. And also, like, why would I want to change their mind? Like, that's that's just how they felt about the movie. It's like, oh God, I lost my train of thought. But it's just, like it's whenever like we do a lot of reviews on our show, or we'll like for example, like right now we have something about what we're talking about what Halloween song gets you in the mood. But people in comments and stuff, sometimes they'll interpret that as like, what do we think is the best song? And they'll start arguing and say like, no, it's this. And it's like,
Right.
It's neither. There's no answer. It's an opinion. So it's like, there's no right or wrong answer here. Like, it's just, and then especially with horror, it's like people interpret horror movies in so many different ways. Yeah. It's like,
just real quick, I did see that on your TikTok, and I prepared because I thought that you were going to ask me that, and I was like, yeah, I won't mention Thriller, so not that Thriller isn't great.
Thriller's like, it's like the go-to. It's like the number one, like whenever I want those kind of questions, so he's like, all right, give me like a deep cut. Yeah. Because I want to grow my playlist. I want something like Thriller's at the top of the playlist, Yeah. Even like This Is Halloween, all those, they're at the top. I want like those ones that's going to be like number 54 down there. But it's like, it's your favorite, but it's down
a random
deep,
deep
what I mean?
cut. Yeah.
Do you got any like deeper
Christmas
cuts?
song is DMX doing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, come on. Like, there's nothing better. Like that. Fuck, it's so good.
He was so great. Yeah.
I know. Rest in peace, man. Fuck. Right. But I would say a serious answer, if a movie is meant to invoke terror, any scary feelings, surprise, and not a thriller way, more like a fear. If it's meant to invoke fear, it's horror. Gore typically gets thrown into horror as soon as there's any blood. It's like, oh, that's a horror movie. I feel like that happens a lot. Then again, I don't really know what else to put gore movies in. Right. Because something like Tremors has gore, but it's also very funny. Like, hell, Men in Black had really gross stuff, but it wasn't horror, even though it was big monster aliens and stuff. I think it's really hard to kind of differentiate now because zombies were terrifying back in the day. Now zombies are plushies, Minecraft, like they're little toys, They used to be horror icons. Like everything now is just so everywhere. It's like we've been like, okay, vampires, they used to be horrifying. They were Nosferatu, it was a monster. Then we had Twilight. They're sparkly teenagers, and they're like sex symbols, And now I feel like it's become like it's not really horror anymore. Like they're not really monsters. Like Frankenstein, like he's not really a monster. It's like no, shut up. It's literally Frankenstein's monster. Like stop it. Just because Chris Pratt is probably gonna play him or something stupid. Like no. Like The Rock is gonna be. Oh, see, I'm already making. Look at Tony. He's like, I saw your eyes light up. You know what we need? We need the cast of Fast and the Furious.
Don't get me. You brought it up. Nobody can yell at me because you are the one that just brought up Fast and the Furious. But like I've always said, man, they need to cross that movie over with other franchises already.
They should. Like, why aren't they in space? Like,
I know. I remember like when I think it was part 7 or 8. came out, I went on Twitter. I was like, I think it was James Wan. I like tweeted him. I was like, hey man, like by 10, they better be in space. And I think it was like the very next movie. They're drifting into the satellite dish up in outer space. I was like, thank you. All right.
Hell yeah.
What next? How about dinosaurs?
Yeah,
Jurassic Park.
they need
Let's
that
do it.
crossover so bad.
Oh my gosh. And like, what horror? Like, I mean, The Conjuring's with Universal, right? Like,
I think so.
What better
Are they
group of
Warner-
people
Warner
to go
Brothers?
like?
I think they might be Warner.
They might be. Oh, you're right. They're by Warner Brothers. Well, then, I mean, Universal has Blumhouse in there, so it's
Yeah.
like, dude, what better group of ghost hunters than Dominic Toretto and the family? You know, like, let's see them have to deal with the paranormal and
I
how
think-
they can, you know, like. They're racing like Spectre cars, but they're like old time automobiles and stuff, and they're
They
only
have
going
to
like,
turn the radio on to like a spirit box. It's all.
yeah,
And he's
see?
like, wait! I think I just heard the. I think it said
Hold on a
"cuh."
second. Go to
Forget
AM.
about it.
Oh,
What?
he did say in 11 they're gonna bring Brian back, and everybody's like, "How?"
That's not a good idea.
I got it. Okay, what if this was some? What if they combined with Ghostbusters, and that's how they're able to communicate with him? And by now they have kids, right? So their kids need to be teenagers, so they want to make it like kid friendly. So that's why you have to add that in. Have a little razzle dazzle. They're finding goo everywhere, slipping on the goo when they're trying to drift in the car. That's
And then they
Oh my
poop
gosh.
the shit out of the
Yeah.
goo, like SRT Challenger Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
And it's
The
like,
Ecto 1 gets nos and all souped up.
dude, and Dominant pulls up with his
Who's
arm
not
and
seeing that movie? Like,
everybody would go.
everybody's going to see this.
Yeah.
Are you listening, Vin Diesel, or whoever we gotta talk to?
We even have an idea for a popcorn bucket, okay? It could be a car at the bottom and then at the top, you know, again. It could be some of the goo like leaking out, maybe because they're in New York, so it could be like the
No,
Statue of
nope,
Liberty.
I got it. The popcorn bucket is a NOS canister, but the O in NOS is the Ghostbuster logo.
Yes. See?
God.
There you
Or
go.
maybe
See?
the bucket is just oh wait, no, we have to do a fat. Yeah, I don't know. So, what about you though? What like makes a horror movie horror to you? What when people say that to you, what's like your opinion?
Oh man, it used to make me so mad when I would see, especially like on like Twitter. You know how it is. Like everybody, and I'll never call it X. Everybody always want to give like their hot take, and now I just feel like a lot of people are like rage baiting at this point, and I don't have the time.
Oh, yeah.
But I used to get so upset when my ears would get hot. Okay, that's how you know things is serious. Because it's just like that was the most. That's like. Just ridiculous what you're saying. Like I can go in about this conversation, but just to keep it simple, I no
Go in.
longer. Okay, you
Yeah.
said it. Okay, couple of
Go
years
in.
Here
ago.
we go. Just let it out.
Thank you. A couple of years ago, I remember when I first saw something like this. Someone was, I don't even remember what they were talking about. Maybe it was like the new Suspiria or the newer Suspiria version. And was basically saying that they didn't feel like it's a horror movie because it wasn't scary. I sat there and I wasn't scared. I'm not scared. And it's just like, okay, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life because I thought this was common sense. And I'm the kind of person where it's just like, if I don't understand something, I keep on going down a rabbit hole trying to understand where this person is coming from. And I remember asking them questions and it was just kind of like, well, I don't really know. And I'm not saying that you had to watch the original one. I'm not one of those people where it's like, you have to watch it to understand. Fine, go check it out. But it's like, how do you feel that was not horror? Like, I don't want to spoil it. And I know the movie's a couple of years old, but I don't know. Okay, as an example, we all seen that scene where this girl was getting literally her body twisted apart. Okay, that's not horror. And I'm not saying like just because like their whole defense with that is like, well, I didn't find it scary. What scares you may not scare me and vice versa. Then on top of that, I have to use this as an example, and I'm so sorry if there are people who really love this movie. It just wasn't for me. As an example, with Napoleon Dynamite, that movie is a comedy. I watched that movie and I didn't laugh once. So it doesn't mean that it's not a comedy. So just like
Right.
when it comes to this, that doesn't mean that it's not a horror. So it's just like, I don't know where the confusion is coming from, because the crazy thing is no other genre has this issue. I never hear people talking about like action movies, or even the Fast and Furious, where Vin Diesel once again is doing the impossible, flying in the sky. No one's ever said, well,
Yeah, he is.
actually not it's not an action movie because he loves Letty, so it's a romance. No one's ever saying that, so it's just kind of like, I don't know why they feel the need to do that. So at this point, for my mental health, I decided that I'm no longer going to respond, because kind of what you said, Tony, where it's like, at this point, I'm not going to try to, change your mind on stuff. There's plenty of movies that I know that are just so ridiculous that I absolutely love, and people won't understand that we're all different. We all walk different paths in life. So just with that, it's just kind of like, if you feel that way, that's just how you feel. You just got to let people run wild in the woods, and maybe they'll find their way out. Maybe they don't, but that has nothing to do with me. So
That's like the best advice right there, is like, you know what? Other people's opinions are none of my business.
And it's hard
whatever.
sometimes.
I mean, a lot of them too are just saying that just to get a reaction to.
Yes.
Especially on Twitter. Like,
oh my gosh.
I don't even use, like, I'll just post some stuff every once in a while to Twitter, but like I don't ever dive in there any further, because it's just it's nothing but people just rage baiting comments all day long and trying to like just farm engagement and crap based off of nonsense. But like I would say at least like once a week we do get our like notifications from TikTok. Like TikTok will send us a little notification saying like, hey dude, like just letting you know, you guys can turn on some anti-bullying features to kind of like chill out these comments. And we're always just like, no man, let people say what they want to say. Like, it's their crazy opinions. I mean, I kind of get that way though about some opinions on movies, because I have the video store mentality still, because I grew up in one where, like, especially nowadays, people are trying to like force movies to be horror movies, I feel like. Like the biggest one I would say is Alien. Like, everybody says like Alien's a horror movie, and to me I'm like, that's a science fiction movie. But it's like, if you were scared watching it and you think it's a horror movie, okay, that's cool. But to me, that's science fiction.
Sci-fi horror, though, that's a whole other. There's so many genres of horror: comedy horror, like sci-fi horror, thriller, suspense, like murder mystery. Like, there's ghosts, supernatural, cryptid monster movies. Like, I feel like I mean, I'm not trying to disagree with you, but I just think that like, damn, because Alien was terrifying as hell to me. To me, absolutely.
Alien was my Napoleon Dynamite thing, because I didn't get scared once watching Alien.
I feel like Alien is sci-fi. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But to me, it was monsters. It was gore. It was terrifying. They were supposed to be scary. And based on what it's invoking is like, I'm not the artist. I didn't create it, right? If I made, like, what would you call that Bigfoot movie you watched where they all just, like, you followed around the Bigfoot movie? I mean, you followed the Bigfoot family in the movie, and it was weird, and it was just...
Sasquatch Sunset?
Right. Was it a comedy? Was it a drama? There's no talking.
I don't know what you would
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. You'd have to go to the creator, and it's like, oh, no, that's definitely a comedy. It's like, okay, then it's a comedy.
Yeah.
He could say it's a horror movie.
I'd say I went back in my brain. I'm like, if I was at the video store, we just got that as a new release, what section's it going out into? I'm going to put that in comedy.
But also, question for both of you: is Predator a horror movie?
No, it's an action movie.
It's horror.
I feel like
it's action horror.
There's no horror to it.
There's a monster, an invisible thing destroying people. You watch a team of people get absolutely mutilated, just like Alien, except not in space. The space is now on Earth. I mean, look, Michael Myers is horror. He's the guy killing a group of people. Freddy Krueger, same thing. Like, this is a whole other tangent, but I think
there's no Arnold Schwarzenegger with a minigun tearing apart the Strode house, but that would have been awesome. Like,
okay, well then
maybe that's the direction they need to take the Halloween franchise now, is make it a whole action movie. Because I mean, Halloween Kills was basically, John Wick was Michael Myers. Like,
yeah, I agree. That was
got a little karate-ish there whenever he kicked that door and it hit the girl with the gun, and the gun went up and she killed herself off of it. And
And then
Like, what are
he
you doing, Michael Myers?
he like gun conned 6 firefighters. Yeah.
Don't get me going on these Halloween movies because I'll be here all night. There's
Well, Tony, I
Ugh.
feel like you dodged the question a little bit.
what?
What makes horror then to you? Because you kind of said like, I just ignore everybody else's opinions. It's like, yeah, but I feel like we gave pretty thorough answers and examples. Why don't you explain yourself, pal?
I mean, it's tough to say because there's so many. Horror is like the only genre of movies that has its own multiple subgenres that is just expands so much. Like there's action and then there's action comedy and then like action thriller, but it's like, that's kind of where it goes. And in comedies it's kind of like the reverse, but like horror it's like, oh well, there's slasher horror, there's zombie horror, there's vampire horror, there's monsters, there's ghosts, there's cryptids, it's just almost endless with the amount of types of horror there is. So it's hard to like say like what makes a horror movie a horror movie. I guess it's like, are there elements that could be scary to it? That's the main one, I guess.
So if Alien to you is definitely not horror because you weren't scared, at no point in that movie did it scare you. So does that mean that if you are not personally once ever scared, then it's not horror?
To me, no.
So
because it was in the science fiction section of the video store.
But did you ever get scared during any of the Terrifier movies?
No, but I mean, that's like a supernatural clown, and he's sawing people in half and things.
I was never scared. I thought it was a comedy.
Well,
I thought it was like more fun splatter fest.
Like horror comedy, yeah. And see, that's the point I'm trying to make is like, I worked at a record store, and I had the worst hipster, elitist, asshole managers, and everything was genres to them. And I'm like, what? They're like, it's
well, let me ask you a question.
Okay, tell me.
If we're in the year 1999.
Oh, I wish. Oh,
and
man.
You're going to cruise on down to Blockbuster Video and you want to rent Alien tonight, what section are you going to go grab it from?
Horror.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly,
it maybe should have been. Like, maybe like today if video stores are around, they would have like a sci-fi horror section, or like maybe they would have subgenre sections. That would be super cool.
Yeah,
I remember going to this video store when I was a kid. It was called Roberta's Video Store. She was so awesome. Okay, she did everything.
Gosh. Those were the best kind of video stores.
Shout out Roberta.
I wonder whatever happened to her. Anyway, I remember seeing Alien though, and it was in the horror section. I will say that. That's where Roberta put it.
Okay, but I mean, I can see both. Like, I absolutely agree.
I see both.
Alien is half horror, half sci-fi. Mm-hmm. No questions asked. To me, if someone said, "Oh, well, it's a drama," sure, there's drama in it. Oh, well, it's a thriller. Sure, it's suspense. Sure, like you know what I mean. But it's like, don't say it's a rom-com because it's not. But also, like, it's tough. But because some people, like I said with music, they're like, well, that's more post-rock, and that's like a subgenre of noise metal. I'm like, I can't keep up with it. Stop trying to classify it. Just say it is this, Like, yeah, it didn't scare me, but I thought, it was pretty interesting, and it's probably scary to some people. I'm not afraid of spiders, but scary spider movies are people's phobias. Their worst fear.
They ruin my life. Well, okay, where would you guys put the Walking Dead series? Because I remember there were people who didn't even like horror. Like, they said that they didn't like horror. They thought it was more like a drama. I mean, I feel like, well, why can't it be both? But no, it's like people was like, nope, it's not a horror, it's a drama.
Ironically enough, that is the perfect example for me, actually, because I think Walking Dead is horror. I watched the entire first season hoping for horror. I wanted, like, oh shit, zombie survival. It was a little bit of that, but then it was like, then it went to the drama. I watched maybe 2 episodes of season 2, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I completely dropped out because the drama, to me, started overtaking the horror, and that's what I wanted. And so, not that The Walking Dead wasn't really well made, and obviously this iconic thing it is, but that kind of goes to the point where I'm saying, because it's so prevalent everywhere, does that make zombies less scary? And now zombies went from horror, and now if it's a zombie movie, it's just action, or like it's, you know what I mean? It's like maybe just because it's been out there so much, now it's becoming more not normalized. And as they make horror movies with monsters, you know, Harry and the Hendersons, and Bigfoot's not as scary now. And I think every movie just branches off and kind of fills in the cracks of every gap between genres. I just wish people would stop labeling things so much and just explain it better, you know, like it has to be this, it's like, no, it's, I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is. Maybe
I got a question, Zena, maybe you can help, because Bloody Disgusting was a big part of this campaign. So I like to go into movies as blind as possible, unless it's like a big, like if it's a Marvel movie or Superman or something, then I'll watch the trailers because it's like, you know. But especially with horror, I like to avoid it. So I kept seeing, it was called The Life of Chuck. I kept seeing it advertised. The only place I'd really see it advertised really was Bloody Disgusting. And we work with like a marketing company out here that we get to go to screenings for horror movies. And they were holding a screening, and we actually we got invited out to it by Neon. And I was going in 100% blind because I'm like, I love Tom Hiddleston. It's a movie based off Stephen King. It's Mike Flanagan. It's being promoted all over the place on like Bloody Disgusting, and there was like some other horror sites that were promoting it. So I'm like, but every little snippet I saw didn't make it look like a horror movie. And then we watched it, and it ended, and we're just like, what the hell did we just watch? Like, it had nothing to do. There wasn't even an element of horror to make the argument of like, you know what, maybe, you know, like this little piece of it could make it. I was like, no, like I had no idea what happened in this movie. So like, did you see it? And was there like,
I haven't seen it,
a reason why it was just being promoted from like horror movie social media channels and everything?
Well, I haven't seen it, and I don't work really with their advertising, but I will say I believe it's because of, I have three possible reasons. One, Mike Flanagan directed it. You know, so I figured like that's like a Mike, you know, a part of his universe, and most of his fans, not all of his fans, are horror based. It's also Jacob Tremblay, he's in it, and he's been in a lot of horror things as well. And the last thing is, well, I have an extra one. It's like it was like a fantasy sci-fi drama-ish, right?
Yeah.
From Neon. So I also think that that's the reason why, because it's Neon, because it has that like sci-fi fantasy type of element that's there. So that's the reason why I think. I could be wrong, you know, I don't want someone saying, oh, this is what she said. Well, I'm just taking a guess at it.
Well, I saw, like, when I started watching Together last night, I saw that it was a Neon movie. And it made me think, like, what horror studios do you guys think out there is, like, putting out the best horror right now? Because, like, horror is so good right now.
Yeah.
Like, it might be the best it's ever been. And it's not just me saying it. It's like, oh, no, this is fact now. Like, look at the box office numbers, because, like, Weapons and Sinners, like, two very original horror movies just dominating the year. You know, like, what studios do you guys think is really just, like, movie after movie they're just not missing right now?
I have an anti-answer.
Uh-oh, okay. Is it Pixar?
Pretty much. Could you imagine if Pixar made a horror division?
It would be.
Oh my god!
I mean, they already own the world and all of like rated R shit. Like, come on, Disney, just lean into it. You already own all the bad content. Just start making it. Anyways, shit. Sorry, I went off on Disney there.
You can't resist.
I know.
You can't resist a good Disney rant.
Shit.
I still believe that they need to like Disney, listen, just, you can keep doing these remakes of your animated classics, but cast the Muppets instead, and you're just this is
Yeah.
all you're going to be doing because
Treasure
we'll all be
Island is
there for
still
that.
one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Like Treasure Island's the best. Oh, but I remember I was going to say, because we went to the International Sci-Fi and Horror Film Festival. It's got to be an easier way to say that. And because we've gone to a couple premieres, the indie movie scene has been blowing me away because I feel like we've been getting a lot of like, okay, we know what to expect. Ooh, there's kind of a little fun thing. Like, I don't know. It's nothing has wowed me. But at the same time, watching these indie films was like, I've never seen this before. Like McCurdy Point, that was super fun. And it was found footage, so kind of, I'm a little biased there. I can't remember the movie, Tony. What was the Lovecraftian one that we saw? What was the name of the movie? Because that, I had never seen anything like that Lovecraftian, and I was like, this is something new. I haven't seen this, like, give us that. Not to say that any of the big studios aren't making bangers, because they are, but my favorites have really been indie ones. I mean, even like Frogman, like that was so well made, and passion was in it, and it's like, that was so cool. I don't know. I just think my favorite ones were original.
You mean the it was like the Damon.
Yeah, D A.
It had like the A with the E that was kind of like.
Oh man, yeah. You have no idea with that name. You're like, all right, whatever, and then your mind is just like by the end of it. And I was like, everyone needs to see this for that big, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you see the first Smile?
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I love that movie. But in my defense, I went in blind, like completely blind. I'm the kind of person where I do not like watching trailers. I don't want to hear anybody's thoughts on it. I just watch it, and then I enjoyed it because I remember hearing from people like, oh, they put everything in the trailer. And it's just like, I was surprised.
Do you remember the marketing? They were just setting people up in like news.
So awesome.
I was like, okay, great marketing. Love that. However, I was expecting way scarier. I was the only one that actually went to the premiere, so Kelsey and Tony didn't get to see it. And they were like, yeah, tell us how it is. And I was like, I'm ready. Let's do this. And then I was like, kind of the way I said spider movies are scary for people that don't like spiders. Or like the cliche of the kids at the end of the hall, like, play with us, like creepy kid stuff. Not even a little bit for me. But some people are like, oh, nope, can't handle it. With that movie, I felt like, I don't know, like that, like just like smiling. It's like, I do that all the time. I do that for fun. Like I do that. I make that face at Tony. Like,
keep making that face real quick. Keep making that face for me. All right, thanks. I just had a
thumbnail.
Perfect.
But yeah, I'm like, that's not scary to me. The ending, whoa! I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. Yeah. Give me that amalgamation of this horrible monster emotion. The last like 20 minutes is what I was wanting the whole movie. And
oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I hear Smile 2 is to most people better in almost every way, and they're like, it's way more this, it's way more this, and I'm like, okay, so I think I will really enjoy it more, but I want your take. I assume you've seen the second one because you
have seen the second one, and I love them both, so that's why I was trying to think which one did I think. I do think that with the sequel, they do give us more. But, and my defense, like with the first one, I loved it so much, like beyond like the smile. It was for like the little things, like, with the soundtrack, like the whole sound design to me was so awesome. I'm not too sure even you remember, there really wasn't any music, you know what I mean? And then at the end, it was like, they were like playing with all our senses, like scaring all of our senses. And there's like, little things that they would do. There's a scene, the scene that takes place when she's in the kitchen for me really got to me. And it was small, where I know with some people they didn't like the scene where she was in the car and then the head thing. That was creepy, but it's like a jump scare, but it was still creepy. But it was like the little things for me, like even the birthday gift, that's more shocking. Someone knocking on the door, and is that really that person? So little things like that really got to me. So they did a lot more with the sequel on a bigger scale, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Because those little subtle things made Smile horror, like you were saying, like just those like oh shit moments. But
Yeah.
I was upset. Like I was upset because after I watched the trailer, I was like, I had watched the trailer after I'd seen the movie, and I was like, that's the movie. You just ruined like 3 of the good jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
And then one that really pissed me off was there's a scene where it's like this huge dramatic build. They did really well. You're right. Like the soundtrack, or not even like music. It's just the sound is just really well done. But there's a scene where he opens a tuna can, and it's like, and it's this, and you're like, Jesus fuck, and then it's just like him, and I was like, that was unnecessary. That was just loud noise for the sake of loud noise.
You're not.
I was
right.
like, I felt like that was cheap. I was like, man, bastards, they're just trying to make everything jump.
There was so many jump stuff though, but I mean, I love it. Do you remember Sinister? There was a scene in Sinister that really, kind of irritated me, because like where the kid, when he was in the box and he was like that, and it's like, why is he in there?
Oh, man,
Why are you doing that? What the fuck? Yeah.
Sinister was another one of those movies I avoided for a long time, and then they came out with that article saying how like Sinister is scientifically proven to be the scariest movie ever. I'm like,
what?
I'm like, I'll never watch that then. And then I finally watched it, and I was like, this is not only not scary, this is infuriating. Like, Ethan Hawke, turn on a light in this house.
First off, he waited till all his family was asleep, and he would go in these like secret, scary places in the dark to watch things. And he's like, I know
good night, sweetie. I'm gonna go hang out in my sewer and turn the projector
Even
on.
whenever like his family left and he was there by himself doing it, he's still in the pitch black darkness. Like, what do you like? Turn on a light bulb. It was it was that other movie too, is White Noise with Michael Keaton. He would go and start listening, and he'd be in like this dark room in the back of his house. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, nobody is doing that. Everybody that would be doing this is turning on every light in the house.
And like, have a friend over, get a second opinion. Like,
God. There's like Smile's definitely like, that was one of the movies that contributed to me just saying no more trailers, because it was totally ruined for me. Like I saw multiple commercials and trailers for Smile. When I watched the movie, I was just like, this is all in the trailers. Like, and then when I saw Freaky Tales, I went in blind again, and I was like, let me see what the trailer would have been like. And I really liked Freaky Tales, especially the ending. And the trailer just shows you everything, like, especially even shows you some of the ending. And I'm just like, I'm so glad I did not watch this trailer, because I feel like I would have liked this a little less. So now I avoid everything, especially the trailer that just came out for Good Boy with the dog.
Oh, I've been avoiding that one.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say, I avoided the trailers, but I had to go spoil the ending for myself, because I needed to know about the dog. So I was like, I don't want the movie spoiled for me, but does this dog live or die? I need to know, or otherwise I'm not going to watch it. But that's like one of my most anticipated of the year. There's a lot, but do you have anything that's coming up that you're looking forward to seeing? Or is there anything you've already seen that's getting ready to release that you're excited for everybody else to check out?
The Twin. I think that's coming out next month, I think.
I think it's September.
The Twin is really a good one. I also, it's already out now, but Witchboard, the remake, that one came out like a couple weeks ago.
There's a place out here, they're called Cinesylum, and they just hosted a screening of it last week with the director, and I wanted to go so bad, but I wasn't able to.
Awesome. He is one of us.
Oh my gosh.
So happy that he's back with Laura. I had a lot of fun with it. I've been noticing like a lot of people they didn't really they weren't like the biggest fans, but I feel like it had everything that I loved. This is not a spoiler. It's in the synopsis. It's in the trailer. If you watch trailers, it's in the synopsis. But yeah, just this woman. She finds this pendulum board, and if you've seen like the original one, it's kind of like this girl. She finds a Ouija board. I don't know about you guys. I don't touch those things, Ouija board. So if I found something like that,
We never
I
have.
would
No.
toss. Yeah, I actually, one of my neighbors one time, like this was like 2-3 years ago, she found a Ouija board buried in her backyard, and you know what she did? Because she knew I liked horror. She tried to
Burned
get it.
it.
Moved.
No, she
Oh,
tried
she
to
Oh.
give it to.
Try to give it to you.
She's
Yes!
like, I framed it. Put it up on your wall.
No, no, no. I was like, no,
She's
thank
like-
you.
If you look
No,
right
thank
here,
you.
you can still see the blood that's soaked in.
Why would
That's
you like
amazing.
dig it up? Like, I guess she wanted more gardening. I don't know. Anyway, point is, it was a no for me. That was a very weird experience. She moved. I don't know what happened to her. Hope she's doing well. But no, I don't. The point of me saying that is, and this one, it's not a Ouija board. It's actually like a pendulum board, and it looks so cool. And I'm not gonna lie, if I found something like that, I would most likely take it home because it looks cool. It didn't look scary or anything like that. So I feel like that's relatable. It takes place in New Orleans. There's cats. There's triplets. There's witches. There's gory
Oh
blood.
my God.
Cats already sold. Then
New
witches.
Orleans cats, witches. That's all I need to know. And
Say less.
Oh my God.
It's a good time.
So you mentioned Smiles, one of your favorites. I have to know. Obviously, you know I'm a huge Predator fan now, but
God.
Tony's a huge Halloween fan. What? Enough. I'm not gonna go.
We're gonna
into-
start talking about Predator now.
No.
Okay.
I'm just asking. What are some of your? Oh, another one of my favorites all time, American Werewolf in London. What are some of your all-time like untouchables? Nothing will diminish these. These are mwah,
Movies are like subgenres.
movies. Like it doesn't have to be top 10 in any order, but just like throw random 5 movies of just like these are some of my favorites.
Okay.
These always hit.
Night of the Demons, OG version, 1988, Kevin Tenney. Perfection, I Am Roger, He Is Me. Let's see what else. I love Veronica, directed by Plaza Paco. Movie scared.
That's a
Listen, it scared me so bad I couldn't sleep for weeks because like it really terrified me, and I haven't gone back, and I most likely never will. So there's
It's called
that one.
Veronica.
Tony. You have to watch this.
It's so good. He directed some of the Wreck movies that rocks. His new movie
God.
La Abuela or The Grandmother, it's on Shudder. That's more of a slow burn, very fairy tale-esque. But I highly recommend Veronica. Oh,
It was
another
a
one that
prequel.
what's that? Oh yeah, in the prequel, Sister Death
Sister Death.
is really good as well.
Ooh.
And
It says
there's
it's
like
on Netflix.
no, I
so-
don't want to even tell you. That's a spoiler. But yeah, it's good. It's really good.
All right. Maybe I'll put on my brave boy pants and I'll watch Veronica.
Just turn the light on. You'll be fine. Usually,
Yeah,
Turn
watch
all
it.
the lights on.
Watch
I'm
it with the
gonna watch
lights
at
on.
noon.
But I'm not gonna lie, and no spoilers. There is a scene that may make you look at your bed a different way. I've never seen anything like this. You heard about things being under the bed. It's not under the bed. It's not under it, Tony. So you'll just have to watch it.
God.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
It's not under it! It's above!
You know what we need to do? Even if we can't watch the movie, I will give you my Shudder account. I just want to live stream your reaction to you watching that movie. Please.
Yeah.
Can we do that, Tony?
Okay.
Can we do it for content?
You know me, baby. Anything for content.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, will you, like, shit your pants on stream for
I've
content?
bled for content, literally.
Dude,
I'll
you have
do
a
it again.
tattoo for content. Literally, 2 of them.
I know, I got,
That's
My
so
little pumpkin
cool.
and I can't do the other one because it's on my leg, but it's down there.
One of our sponsors.
I got one of our sponsors' logo tattooed on my leg because they paid for our
awesome.
trips to Days of the Dead. Shout out Evil Izzy's Haunted Emporium.
Yeah. Tony, you're just a sellout billboard.
Hey, man. Whatever it takes. Treat me like a NASCAR. Slap your logos on me. I'll run around a few times in circles for you. So it's like Veronica, like the scariest movie you've ever seen?
It's one of the scariest. Another one I will have to say, I was going to mention it as well. Terrified scared me
Okay.
badly.
Ooh.
And I have like that same setup. There's a scene that takes place in a kitchen, and then there's a big like glass door. I have one of those. And I remember after I watched the movie, it was like 3 a.m. And you need a little snack sometimes. So I went downstairs, and I'm the only one there. And I live in the middle of nowhere. Like my backyard is like there's like a little forest. It is pitch black. Okay. Why I thought this
God.
was a good idea, I looked out the window. And so it's just what
No!
happens. It's just what happens in the movie. And there's a cup of milk. So, but yeah, if you've seen the movie, then you know. And little dead
All right.
kids.
I'll be brave and watch it.
Ugh, I don't know. I hate looking out my door, and I live in the city, and especially me being like such a obsessed with, like cryptids and wood forest monsters. I could never. You are braver than I.
I blame my husband. I too used to live in the city, and then we moved. And then we moved out here. Don't get me wrong, our house is beautiful. It is, and our neighbors are kind of far from us. And then there's like a
Nice.
little.
So it's quiet mostly.
It's quiet, but yeah, just I don't go back there, even in the daytime. Okay, I don't do the woods. But I don't know. He likes it, so I guess we're good.
Just like horror movies, it's like, do you like getting scared? I mean, no, but yes. It's kind of like
Yeah.
I just have to go out in the forest. I want to hear some. I don't necessarily want to meet the big guy, but like if I heard something and I was like, good enough for me. Like that's all I needed to know. You know what I mean? I don't need to be the guy that bags them and straps them to the hood of my car. Like I'm good. I just want to hear like one roar or something a mile away. Then I'm like, yep, okay. Everything I knew was a lie. Holy shit.
I'm a real scaredy cat.
me
I can
too.
do it on the screen, but actual real life stuff, I don't. I can't do it.
Alone, there's no way I could. Like those guys that solo camp or like go into abandoned buildings by themselves. Yeah, fucking right. I don't like taking the trash out at night. And these like by myself, you know what I mean? If I had a team of 10 guys and flashlights, maybe, but
Yeah.
oh man, like
There's so there was a point in my life where I was trying to get in shape by going out for walks and jogs, and I don't remember the name of the app, but there's an app you can get on your phone where it tells you it. I don't know how it works, but it's like a story-driven zombie
Ooh.
app. Let me see if I can find it. But basically, it like tracks your location, sees your map and layout, and it'll play the sounds of like a zombie apocalypse happening.
That's so awesome.
But periodically, like somebody will come in and be like, "Okay, you need to take a right up here. This is going on," and then it'll make a sound like a zombie is chasing you, and you got to go away.
man, no way.
I took my headphones off. And while I started walking back home, I'm like, "No, I'm
I
out.
would do that though in the day.
I'm out." I was like,
In the
"I'm not
daytime,
doing that."
yeah. That's so cool. I've seen a zombie app where it tracks you and you have to watch on Google Maps because the zombies are like little icons all over the map and they're moving closer, and so you have to like try and outrun them. And I thought that was such a genius idea, but that's creepy where they have like, oh, when you can hear it like stereo around you, especially
Yeah.
at night, dude. Fuck that. I was listening to a Bigfoot story. Once again, I'm in the middle of the freaking city. I could not. I was out for a walk at night and I was like, this is getting too creepy. No way. I was just waiting for him to jump out from behind a car.
Oh, jeez.
What?
So the app is called Zombies Run, but now I don't want to say sold out,
Aw.
but now it's called Zombies Run plus Marvel Move.
Ah, jeez.
So I guess there's some Marvel superhero exercising stories in there
You're
now.
just getting
I don't
chased
know.
by
Right.
Marvel
Just-
characters.
Yeah. But, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna have a good time with it. I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, it was scared the hell out of me. I stopped exercising entirely.
It's like the new Pokemon Go, except it'll be like Zombie Go.
That'd be cool. So, as one of the hosts of the Bloody Disgusting podcast, how many horror movies a week do you think you're sitting down and watching? Or do you try to pace it?
mean, honestly, in general, I think I probably watch like a horror movie a day. It's just like, there's always something going on. And because like I work from home and I like to go to sleep to horror movies. So there's always something in the mix.
You like to go to sleep with horror movies
I
on?
do. I do.
We're
I love
crazy.
horror.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like, it should be terrifying, but
It should, but
you
I don't.
have to.
But sometimes you have to pick one that makes you feel really cozy. I know there's some people who don't like comfort horror movies, but we all have comfort horror movies. And one of my comfort horror movies is Tobe Hooper's Mortuary from 2005. And I know a lot of people hate that movie, but I love it. Denise Crosby's in it. She's a good time, and her kids, they moved to this funeral home because she's the new undertaker of the town. And then there's some weird stuff and gooey, moldy things going on in her house. And then there's zombies. So, but yeah, I like it. It's fun. But yeah, sometimes I go to sleep to that. Sometimes I go to sleep to stop motion with the little creepy meat puppets.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, that. Oh, what was that one? Well, that's a whole other. That leads down a rabbit hole. But I never thought of comfort horror movies until you just said that. Like,
What? Oh my god, comfort horror.
I mean,
movies
there's
like that.
movies that I watch, but like I never called them that. That makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. My one of my go-to zombie movies is Dead Snow, and
So good.
I just watch it, and I'm like,
Jaws the Revenge is my comfort horror
There
movie.
you go. We
Yeah,
all
look
have
at
it.
Yeah.
oh my god, Deep Blue Sea. That's
The
sort of
Greasy
horror.
Strangler.
The Greasy Strangler, yeah. Oh my
And I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say The Front Room is a comfort for me because I think that movie is so funny.
I love the front room!
There it
Said
is.
the magic. Okay, this is like the secret word on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
What?
Tony, me, and Kelsey saw that movie. And after that movie, we have said M-E-double-S
Oh, God.
mess
I love
forever. But
All
you
the
are
time.
the only... Okay, we spend all of our time around horror. You are the only person that has, let alone praised it, ever even mentioned
You
it.
know
never
what?
seen
Like,
anybody talk
I
about it.
cannot... You just made Tony's life.
I'm so
Every
happy.
year-end horror awards thing, I was like, "Where's front room?"
Yeah.
Where is Jay?
Come
know,
on.
we did a deep dive on The Front Room. We have to. Well, first off, of course, you guys need to come on the podcast, the Bloody Podcast. We got to have you guys on because it'll be like a good
Oh,
time.
for sure, we'll be there.
Yeah. I'll connect with you for like some Halloween stuff, like for next month. We'll get together.
Yes.
But I was gonna say with The Front Room, I remember I missed it in theaters, and not on purpose, because it came out like September, and you know how it is. There's so much stuff that they're giving us during those months, and I missed it. And during our deep dive, pretty much I was the only one that liked the movie and defending it. And it's like, guys, I thought it was so hilarious because by looking at the trailer, I didn't watch the trailer till afterwards, but they did make it seem like it was going to be witchy and she's going to try to like steal the baby, but she was just annoying. And that just really made me laugh. Remember when she fell on the floor and she was calling herself a racist baby and she was just looking on herself, and it was just crazy. Gaga.
It was so much. There was like a time period, and that movie was in the middle of it. But it was just like every horror movie I was watching, there was poop.
Yeah.
Like just everybody's horror movie for some reason, just a string of them. It was like everybody's just shitting in all these movies, and I'm like,
When the
please stop with all the poop. Like, I
he's
don't
like
do
holding
that.
her, and she's like, oh, and then as soon as she walks out, she looks over the shoulder and like smiling at Brandy. I was like, oh, that bitch.
When she,
Like,
like,
whenever
that was
Brandy's-
I was gonna say
Oh my
that
god!
would
When
annoy
Brandy's
me.
at the top of the stairs and she sees her walking normal, and then she looks up and sees Brandy and like throws herself against the wall, and goes, "Oh, oh!"
Like, it used to make me so like I would cackle when she would call her Belinda, and she's like, "Wouldn't that annoy you when someone's actually getting your name wrong?" She just became more and more outrageous. Like, she
can't
ruined the
believe you
baby's
mentioned-
room.
yeah.
She stained the couch with like poop. It was just crazy. Like, I love
What was
that.
her name again in the movie?
Solange.
Yes, I was putting her as like my favorite villain of the year on everything.
You know
I was
what?
Like, dude,
What's so
she's
funny?
Unbeatable.
Weapons has Gladys, and I
I
feel
know.
like that's like the. And
Yes.
I'm like, no. Solange was first. Hold on.
Yeah,
Like,
but
wait a minute.
It's like, okay, but what about
Solange
Pearl?
walks so Gladys could run.
But what about Pearl? Because we have Pearl.
Pearl. Oh yeah.
Oh, Mia Goth is my favorite
Yeah.
scream queen.
She's so great.
Besides
gosh.
Justin Long, he's my other favorite scream queen.
But yeah,
I
that's
love
a good
Justin
one.
Long.
Wow.
Oh man. I kind of want to watch Front Room again.
I'm probably gonna watch it again today. It's on Max, so I'll be watching.
Oh, it's on that. Okay.
I haven't seen it since we saw it at the screening in the theater, and I was like, they have they put when we go to these screenings, they have the posters on like a piece of card, like a big thick piece of cardboard, so they stand up. And I was like, "Can I have that poster, please?" And they're like, "Sure, I guess." I was like, "Yes!"
That's awesome. Very cool.
I was so happy I got it, and I was like, my stupid brain too was trying to predict the movie and figure it out. I was like, "Oh my gosh, man! If there's a Boy Is Mine reference that pops up in this movie, I'm gonna be so happy." But it didn't happen. But
Next time, man.
maybe in
That
the
would've
next
been awesome.
Brandy horror movie, we'll get one.
Hey,
I
you
hope
know
she
what?
does more horror movies.
Yeah, I hope this is her comeback. I want to see Brandy in more stuff. She rules.
Oh my gosh.
We need to put her in a AAA. Or throw her in a Barbarian 2.
And she never ages.
Right? Oh my god. I saw her and was like, are we back in 99? How does she
That
look
was
that good?
It was so. It was just the most random casting.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just like Brandy.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And the
I wonder what
movie
made her
itself.
wanna do that role.
Right. She looked at
Yeah.
that script and goes, there's a lot of shit in this. I'm in. Like, damn. So wait a minute. I'm going to be. Right? All right, fuck it. She's probably not doing anything else. Maybe a Maybelline commercial here and there, but
Sometimes you just need that that outrageous stuff. Look at Octavia Spencer with Ma. That movie is insane, and it just seems she probably wanted to have fun. And of course,
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage. He's always having fun.
Oh yeah.
Those are the front, movies like The Front Room. Those are the movies I love the most because it's if you're gonna go for it, then you fucking go for it. Don't tiptoe into the weirdness. You jump head first in and give me the weirdest shit you can think of. And I am so appreciative when movies do that because there's so many movies where you're like, oh man, if it goes in this direction, it's going to be really good. And then they don't because it's going to be too weird. And they just go this straight, oh, good versus evil, good guy wins, the end kind of thing. It's no, man, give me.
Tony,
give me
you
that
gotta,
weird.
you gotta just real quick say what happened when we were at the Thanksgiving premiere, and it was the scene. Have you seen
the
that?
screening?
I have.
The screening. So the scene with right away in the grocery store, the Black Friday shit.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 minutes into the movie, the chaos starts happening, and I will never forget the scene where a woman's on the floor and someone's running with a shopping cart and it hits her head and her head explodes and it.
No, her hair gets caught in the wheel and it starts tearing her scalp
It rips her scalp off.
Ooh.
Tony is wheezing at this point.
Oh.
And he looks over and goes, how does it feel to be watching a perfect movie? And I was like, yeah, this is totally the more crazy, the more chaos, the more silly. That's all him. And I'm like, not really my thing, but it was still a great movie.
Zena, what's what's your movie of those? What's the most nonsensical movie that everybody seems to hate, but you're like, nope, this is my movie?
That happens to me a lot.
A lot of guilty pleasures, huh?
Yeah. So I already mentioned Mortuary because I meet a lot of people who actually really just hate that movie. They hate it. They told me they hate it.
I'm gonna definitely watch Mortuary.
There's something about it, but okay, I'm gonna say I don't really know if people hate this one, but I remember talking about it as a kid and people hated it. But okay, remember the movie Rumpelstiltskin? It was a movie from the 90s. Yeah,
Barely.
I really, really love that movie so much. And it's cool that it's getting love now, but I remember people hated it. And
That's
then
Me and
one,
Goblin 2. Or Troll 2, sorry.
Troll 2, yes.
I
Another
remember
one.
Rumpelstiltskin was trying to one of those movies that was trying to jump on the Leprechaun success.
Yep.
I
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But honestly, he was pretty cool. You know, to
Yeah,
He
me.
it was.
still
I remember was that came out when my parents had their video store, and I got a screener for it. So like, my big like thing when I was a kid was I got to brag to all my friends like I already have the movie before
Yeah.
it's even out in video stores, and I was telling all my friends like I saw Rumpelstiltskin, and they're
That's
like,
so
"What's
cool.
that?"
I thought.
And then
Yeah.
and then like I didn't even realize my parents like, "Oh yeah, this was a straight to video thing. Like they've never even heard of this
Yeah.
movie." So it's like,
I thought he was creepier than Leprechaun. Leprechaun has the cheesy one-liners, and it's just like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's fun, but yeah. Yeah, I'll
What
give it
about
to you
the
there.
Did you guys also like Pinocchio? Remember Pinocchio from the 90s? With this woman,
I do.
I think Kevin Tenney also
I
directed
don't.
that one too. This
I don't
woman,
think I watched it, but I do remember it was like called Pinocchio's Revenge or
yes,
something.
Pinocchio's Revenge.
Yeah, I remember the VHS cover like very vividly, but I don't think I ever
Oh,
wound up
man.
watching it.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember Jack Frost with the snowman.
Yeah.
And
Fun.
walking past the 3D cover where he goes
Mhm.
from a cute snowman to like
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Do you remember the shower scene with the carrot?
I do.
Oh god.
Gross.
Movies were
Yeah.
wild back then, man. It's like wrestling in the 90s. There's
Yeah.
nothing. Everything was off limits.
Oh god, yeah. There were no
I mean,
rules
nothing
back in the
was-
'90s. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But I do remember those VHS covers, though. It's like one of the many things I always kick myself over from not keeping when I was a kid. Like when you're a kid, like when my parents' video store went out of business, we just took everything home. And so like my garage was a mini video store for a really long time, but I was just like gradually like selling these to my friends or anybody just so I can have money to go hang out and stuff because it's like, who cares? These are VHS tapes. Little did I know,
Yeah.
now I would give anything to have my Demon Wind VHS
Oh,
because it had that
Demon Wind.
3D, had that like 3D VHS cover where he's like breaking through the window. Oh God, Demon Wind's so great too.
Yeah.
What's
Like-
crazy is like every one of these conventions we go to, there's always like huge VHS collectors there. And I'm like, Tony, you would have not only had like multiple tables like them, dude, you had like a whole store. Like
Yeah.
you could have
Yeah,
like
we
literally
did.
opened up a whole store. It would have been insane. Like, damn it.
I kind of still feel like if they tried to do video stores again, I think they might work now.
Kind of like vinyl. Like
Kinda,
record
yeah.
stores never died because they kind of came back.
Yeah, because I think like if you did video stores now in a way that's like people can go and rent movies, but you also do it like, a lot of people are into like photo ops and stuff. So it's like if you do like a little exhibit kind of thing, and you like sold merch and things, but it's also like a genuine. You can go in there, open up your video store account, rent a movie, and go home with it. Like you do the little popcorn bucket combos.
Damn.
I think it could work.
There
I think
is
it could work.
a place, well, there's a video store here. I live in Tampa. I won't tell you guys that. But yeah, in Tampa, there's a place where it's called Viper Video, and I love it there so much. They have all kinds of movies, but mainly like horror, and they have like VHS Blu rays. They even have a room where everything's $1. I always go ham. But then
Oh.
also in
What?
Atlanta, they have, I think it's called Video Drum. I could be wrong, but it's a place where you can rent. And I learned the hard way because I was just visiting and I was just picking up all these movies I haven't seen. And he said, "Oh, you're gonna rent all those?" I was like, "Oh, I can't buy them." He said, "No." So yeah, you rent it. You get like a membership and
Oh,
everything. Yeah, but I don't live in Atlanta,
Yeah,
so it didn't make any sense. So
We do have one video store here in Phoenix, but and it's strictly a video store. Like there's nothing. You walk in there, it's just thousands of DVDs like stacked up on these shelves. But like, because I went in there one time and I was looking for posters and stuff, and he was like, "No, like they don't do that anymore. Like, basically, video stores don't exist, so movie studios don't make that type of promotional material. Like they don't do." Posters for when it's coming out or standees or anything like that anymore.
It's like you barely get that at like Hot Topic or Spencer's if it's like a big enough movie where
Yeah.
you'll see like the mainstream posters, something Pennywise stuff, you know what I mean? Like whatever. But yeah, your other IPs, your other like smaller stuff. It's like, well, and even malls are like practically all dead now. It's just crazy. So much has changed.
Except for here, they actually just redid their Hot Topic, and it's like the size of an Apple store now. It's
Oh,
It's like a
Damn.
mega hot topic. It's huge.
wow.
Horror's only
It's
getting
something-
bigger, so it only makes sense. I mean, it's weaseling its way into everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, even in Target, you would never have found horror shirts there, but it's like now you see like little cutesy Freddy Kruegers and Michaels and Jasons, and they're like sitting around a campfire, and you're like, huh, interesting. And it's like slowly snaking its way into everything. But I'm cool with it. Yeah.
Zena, before we wrap things up, I gotta know what are some of your favorite horror memorabilia and collectibles you got around you right now. I see a little bit peeking around in the back, so I gotta know. I gotta know what are some of your favorites that you cherish closely.
Okay, well, I don't know if you can see that Chucky doll back there. It's like,
Yes.
A little
Under the
bit.
ghoulies.
yeah, under the,
Yeah.
I love
yeah,
your
under
boo,
the
by the
boo.
way. He's my favorite.
Thanks. Okay, so yeah, I feel like that one is one of my favorites. This is like my home office and everything, and there's like a day bed that's in here, and sometimes when family comes to visit, I'd be sure to keep him right in there with them. You know,
Yeah.
it's so wonderful. I love it so much. And
How
then,
much of your house has kind of been taken over by horror?
honestly though, not a lot. Like I just only have stuff in here in my bedroom, the guest room. Okay, it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
The kitchen,
Yeah.
the bathroom, the gas. Okay. It's all over.
It's everywhere, you know, but it works out because even with my husband, like he's a big anime and RPG fan, so we just mix it up and everything. So there's something
Nerdy
that-
horror. Oh, that's us
Yeah.
to a T. Like literally perfect.
Yeah,
I love that.
so it works
That's so
out.
cool.
But that one I really love. And I'm growing my DVD collection because my mom actually inspired me. Her collection is huge, and like it's
Yeah.
so unfortunate because she even has some like where she put up on. I have to take a picture of it one day where she has like a whole room that's just full of DVDs and Blu-rays, and I'm really looking forward that one day those shall be mine.
Physical media,
yes.
so huge.
I've started to rebuy movies on like Blu-ray and 4K now too.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, like I kind of feel like there's a lot of movies that I don't want on 4K.
Yep.
You know,
I
like
agree.
one of Brian's favorites is America Werewolf in London, and I feel like just that little bit of grittiness you see like on a DVD or like a VHS, that like kind of just adds to the movie a little bit. I don't
I
need to
won't-
see David's pores on his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah,
you know,
I won't
like-
watch pretty much anything from under 2000 like on a Blu-ray because it looks so fake. Like, can you imagine watching Indiana Jones, like the 3 original? You'd be like
Yeah.
you can see the glass with the snakes and stuff, and it's like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I know it's not real, but it's your job to convince me.
Yeah.
One
So like, I don't want to see the strings and the tape, you know?
One movie especially, Jaws: The Revenge. It's like whenever you watch it on Netflix or something now, you can tell the ending was shot at Universal Studios on that like lake with the big sky wall in the background because you can see like the cracks and like the the wear and tear of the sky wall in the background. And you're like, all right, well, it is Jaws: The Revenge, so it just adds to it a little bit, I guess. But there's some other movies too that are like that now, and it's like,
Yeah. I think that's
it's better
what
if
was
with that little
with,
grit.
I think it was with Dream Warriors. There's a scene where you can see like a string, Nightmare on Elm Street. Unfortunately, there's a scene where you can like see the string like crystal clear. I feel like I'm freezing. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, what? Oh, I see you.
Okay.
I see you.
But yeah,
You're
there's just a scene where you can kind of like see the string and stuff, and it was just like, oh, that's because I'm watching it on Blu-ray. So okay, now I know.
I
Yeah.
get it. Yep, exactly.
Well, Zena, thank you so much for hanging out with us and talking all things horror. Where can people find you? When do you guys put out new episodes? Where can they listen to them? Let everybody know all your stuff, please.
Sure. Thank you so much. I had such a blast. I love too that you all go down rabbit holes like me because we do that all the time on the podcast. That's our thing.
Yeah.
We recently just talked about. Well, see, it's a rabbit hole. Anyway, so you can find me
Dude,
Okay,
go down that rabbit hole if you need to.
we started
Please.
talking about the movie The Burning, and then next thing we know, we just started talking about like there's the orderly in the beginning of after the stuff happens to Cropsey, and then in the hospital there's this orderly that's trying to get this doctor to check something out, to check him out, and saying that he's burnt like a whopper, and so then they go in there, and then he's just screaming, and then we just kept on talking. Whatever happened to him though? Like we know what happened to everybody else. So okay, anyway, but yes.
Yes.
You can find me. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, Real Queen of Horror. And then I'm also Lovely Zena.
Is that you?
I don't know.
What?
I heard somebody. I think someone's talking.
Oh, my kid is downstairs on the VR headset yelling at people.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to say where people can find me and stuff, because my stuff is different everywhere. But yeah, I'm on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Real Queen of Horror, and then on Twitter and Blue Sky, Lovely Zena. And then for the Bloody Disgusting podcast, we have new episodes every Wednesday. And you can listen to us on Spotify. You can also watch us on Spotify or watch us on Bloody Disgusting's YouTube.
Perfect.
Cool. Well, like I said, thank you so much for taking time out of your day, night, whatever. Just thank you for giving us your time. And hopefully one day we'll be as cool as the Bloody Disgusting podcast.
No, you
Baby
guys
steps.
are so cool. You're
Someday.
so cool. Your topics
We're all cool.
your topics are
Yeah.
fun. I love your energy. We all love
And
the
you know
front
what?
room.
So far, yeah, we're agreeing on everything. I feel like we could just go off.
Oh, yeah.
We like found footage. We like werewolves. It's great. Witchy stuff. Cats.
Next time we all chat, we're gonna do some serious rabbit hole.
Oh, and we need to
venturing,
get
for sure.
Kelsey here. Oh my God, that'll be. Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a masterpiece.
For sure.
But yeah,
All right.
thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. And everybody, follow Zena on all the things, and go listen to Bloody Disgusting podcast.
Yeah.